Okay, so this is our day 4 class for flight mechanics, and we are about to start. There is something called coefficient of pressure or pressure coefficient. So coefficient of pressure, you can also say as pressure coefficient. Let's understand what is this. So in our previous class, I gave you one airfoil, and I was drawing some lines, arrows. Some arrows was outward, some arrows was like this, inward, some arrows was here like this, some arrows like this. So how will you know outside arrows? How will you know inside arrows? These things. And when will you know pressure is positive? When will you know pressure is negative? These things are done by coefficient of pressure. Symbol for coefficient of pressure is very popular, and it is Cp. Now this Cp you should not confuse with center of pressure, because center of pressure is like also in short we write Cp. So when you're writing Cp of same height, then it is center of pressure. When you're writing C suffix P, then it is coefficient of pressure, or you can say pressure coefficient. Okay, so we have to understand pressure coefficient. Before starting this topic, you should recall one very important fundamental. I will change the page. You know that if you have any airfoil, suppose your airfoil looks like this, then on the upper surface, your air will accelerate. Already I have explained why. On the bottom surface, air will deaccelerate. Already I have explained why. When air accelerates, you can clearly see your velocity is increasing. And if velocity is increasing, there is a pressure that is called dynamic pressure that will increase. Then if dynamic pressure is increasing, then static pressure will decrease. It means at every point you will be having different velocity. Because of that, different dynamic pressure, and dynamic pressure will keep on increasing, and because of that your static pressure will decrease. Suppose if you compare this point with this point, actually you can say station, this station with this station. Suppose at this station your velocity is 100, and suppose at this station your velocity is 150. Here your velocity is 150. Just a minute, I think I have humidity on my screen. Just a minute. So here you have 150. You already know, because of more velocity you will be having more dynamic pressure by using formula half rho v square. What is rho here? Whatever is the local density of air at this point, that rho you will substitute here, and using same formula half rho v square you will find out dynamic pressure at this location, right? So you can clearly see, if you consider at this location density is same, then of course because of velocity dynamic pressure will be more at this point. If dynamic pressure is more at this point, then static pressure will be less at this point. Why? Because already we have understood this part. There is something called Bernoulli equation. Okay, so I will explain that part properly. I will change the page. Now see, there is something called Bernoulli equation. So according to Bernoulli equation, your total pressure P total is actually equal to your static pressure plus your dynamic pressure. Static plus dynamic. Now how to find out static pressure? This formula we don't teach in flight mechanics or aerodynamics. This formula is available in thermodynamics. So when I will be teaching you propulsion, that time I'll be teaching you formula for static pressure. Anyway, for flight mechanics and aerodynamics, we don't have to find static pressure, but we have to find dynamic pressure. So for dynamic pressure, our formula is half rho v square. Now according to Bernoulli equation, if you have airfoil, then at this section if you add your static pressure and your dynamic pressure, and at this section if you will add your static pressure and if you will add your dynamic pressure, then this addition and this addition will be same. I mean, at this point whatever answer you are getting, at this point same answer you will be getting. That we call as total pressure. Okay, so total pressure will be constant at every station. If total pressure is constant, then you can clearly see, for example, suppose you have Z is equal to X plus Y, and I am saying that whatever value of X, Y does not matter, Z has to constant. Suppose the value of Z is 20. So suppose this is 10 and this is 10. Now if Y will increase and if Y becomes 11, then of course X has to decrease. X has to be 9. If Y will increase and Y becomes 12, then of course X has to decrease to become 8. So that every time when you add 11 plus 9, it should come 20. 12 plus 8, it should come 20. So this is what we say as P static plus P dynamic has to be equal to P total every time. Okay, and this part, whoever has done propulsion course, they will be understanding properly. Whoever has not completed, no problem, we will start in November month, and that time we will understand this part properly. So currently in flight mechanics, how much you have to keep in your mind? Only one thing you have to keep in your mind: if dynamic pressure will increase, static pressure will decrease in such a way that total pressure will be constant. Okay, now we will continue with this fundamental. I will change the page. First, you understand the concept. See, I will give you time to make notes. First, you understand the concept. So here we go. We got our airfoil. Now see, our job is to understand CP, pressure coefficient. Actually, pressure coefficient is a ratio. It is a ratio of difference of static pressure divided by dynamic pressure. Difference of static pressure divided by free stream dynamic pressure. I will explain everything, don't worry. Free stream dynamic pressure. What is this? As you know, when I was teaching the class, till certain distance, your air will not be disturbed. After that, air will get disturbed, right? So portion of the air, like this portion, this side, air is not disturbed, right? It is free from the disturbance. So you can say this is as free stream. So in the free stream, you have velocity also. So according to velocity, you will be having dynamic pressure also, and according to dynamic pressure, you will be having static pressure also, correct? So in the free stream, you have dynamic pressure also and static pressure also. In same way, when your free stream will get disturbed and when the velocity will increase at any section, imagine at this section velocity is increasing, then at this section also you will be having dynamic pressure and you will be having static pressure. Okay, imagine in this zone where your air is not disturbed, that we are saying as free stream pressure. So in free stream pressure, your static pressure, just consider this as P infinity, and at any point here, suppose this is at any point, at any section, I am saying static pressure is PS. PS. S means I am talking about static pressure. Don't be confused with stagnation pressure. For stagnation pressure, I'll be using P naught in future, not now. Okay, so PS, I am using symbol for the static pressure exactly at this platform, and P infinity I am using static pressure exactly for the free stream, and I will be using Q infinity for dynamic pressure of the free stream. Always remember, here also you will be having Q infinity, but that you don't say infinity, you say Q. At every point your speed will change, because of that dynamic pressure will change, and because of that static pressure will also change. My job is to know at this location your arrow will be outward and how much longer, or inward or how much shorter or longer. That is my duty. That we call as coefficient of pressure. So at every point you can find out your coefficient of pressure by using this formula. I will repeat again. I will change the page. See, you have free stream,